Jai friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya. Pakistan responded, obviously, since they compare everything with India, they said, even we will not play in the World Cup. So India said, you're welcome. Don't play. We'll not play there, you don't come. That's all. That's fine with us. On your show. Pakistan. Why is this happening? I've told Pakistanis time and again. They say, why are Indians doing it? And why are Indians mixing sports with politics? Jai friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. First of all, before I start, I'd like to thank you for this. Friends, we crossed the 100,000 mark and we got the silver button. For the English channel, you're already aware that we got the gold button for the Hindi channel. And I hope with your blessings and with your support, we will one day very soon get the gold button for the English also. It may take time, but if we are consistent, if our content is good and you keep on blessing us and you keep on supporting us, I'm very sure the day is not far when we'll get to the gold button for English also. So thank you very much. A big thank you from the entire team of the Chanakya Dialogues. The news that is coming out of Pakistan is that Pakistan is out of the Asia Cup. And when I say out of the Asia Cup, Pakistan was supposed to host the Asia Cup. Then Pakistan got into some sort of a ego problem with India. The ego problem started with the fact that a lot of Pakistanis, Ramiz Raja was the chairman of the PCB and now Mr. Najam Sethi is the chairman of the PCB. And the problem with the Pakistanis is that they talk big. And this is the problem not with the rest of Pakistan. Let me be very specific. This is not the problem with Pashtuns or with the Baloch this is the problem with Pakistani Punjabis. Big talking people. They'll talk big. He doesn't know where his next meal will come from. But he wants you to believe that he's got a Rolls Royce parked in the garage. That is the attitude of the Pakistani Punjabi. The typical Lahori. Now what happened was that India said, we don't want to play in Pakistan. A legitimate concern, we don't want to play in Pakistan. So Pakistan responded, obviously, since they compare everything with India, they said, even we will not play in the World Cup. So India said, you're welcome. Don't play. We'll not play there. You don't come here. That's all. That's fine with us. Jai Shah, who heads the Asian Cricket Council, was forefronting all these negotiations. And from there, Mr. Najam Sethi, of course. So what happened was that Pakistan said, we'll not play in India, we'll not play in India. And Pakistanis somehow have this. I'll tell you why I said that Lahoris have this very strange, different mindset, which is not connected to reality. Lahoris are absolutely disconnected from reality, Most Pakistanis are, but specifically Lahoris. They think that if India plays Pakistan, the world cricket makes money. India is the richest cricket board in the world, right? The BCCI, the IPL. And we do it without Pakistan. But Pakistan has convinced itself because they are used to a certain past in which the India-Pakistan clash was supposed to be the biggest clash in the world. Now that clash is not happening and the world has got used to a new reality where Pakistan is not required. It's not needed. Like they are not needed in the economy, like they are not needed in politics, like they are not needed in world affairs, like they are not needed in anything which is productive in the world. Similarly, they are not needed in cricket. And this is exactly what India did. Take the fly out of the soup. So India said, we'll not play in Pakistan. Pakistan said, very well, we are not going to play in India when the World Cup happens in India. India said, fine. Now what happened next was that Pakistan suddenly backtracked a little and they said, okay, what we'll do is we'll come up with a hybrid model. We'll come up with a hybrid model. What is the hybrid model? That every other team will play in Pakistan, but since the Indian team does not want to play in Pakistan, we'll make sure that the Indian team can play in UAE. What the Indians said was, it's too humid in the UAE. We are not going to play in the UAE. So now, apparently what has happened is, the Asia Cup is out of Pakistan and Sri Lanka is the country that is saying that we are ready to host the cup. No problem. Sri Lanka is a peaceful place. Everybody loves Sri Lanka. Everybody loves going to Sri Lanka. It will do wonders for the Sri Lankan economy, right? Pakistan will not have an objection coming to Sri Lanka. Indians will not have an objection. Nobody will have an objection. And the Asia Cup can happen peacefully in Sri Lanka. And as far as funds are concerned, no problem. All that the Prime Minister of India has to do is call up the BCCI and say, The Sri Lankans are our brothers and let's stand with Sri Lanka. End of story. And the Asia Cup happens in Sri Lanka. But will Pakistan agree? Now, Pakistan works at two levels and both are very hyper levels. Either Pakistan is trying to ride on your shoulders and scream into your ear. That is one Pakistan. And the other Pakistan is lying flat on the ground like a carpet. The Pakistanis have no middle gear or neutral gear. They can't think straight. As a people, they don't think normally. They're very weird thought processes. Either they'll be very aggressive, very, very aggressive, or they'll come down in a minute and say that we'll accept all your terms and conditions. For example, the IMF loans. There was a time when everybody from Imran Khan and various finance ministers of Pakistan are saying, we don't need IMF, get out. We don't need the IMF loans. We can do without you. Because somebody apparently told them that Pakistanis abroad are so rich that they'll keep on sending remittance after remittance and you don't need IMF. Why do you need IMF? $30-40 billion they send every year. Why do you need IMF? You're already rich. They believed this nonsense of rich Pakistani, overseas Pakistanis. And many of them are rich. Right? Many of them are rich. So they started all these things and soon Pakistan, and I'm requesting all the Pakistanis to find out if I'm telling you the truth or not. Post it here in the comments column and say that, Major, you're telling the truth or you're telling lies. Let people know publicly. You were the one who drew first blood against the IMF. You insulted the IMF. We don't need the IMF. We can do without the IMF. We are not engaging with the IMF. Under Imran Khan, what happened was that various states in which the PTI government was there, they wrote independently to IMF that we will not support you. Imagine a state government or a chief minister of a state writing to the IMF. It's the central government which should do that. They wrote, such was the confidence of the Pakistanis. Pakistanis get a little bit, one big meal and they want to conquer the world. One meal, one full meal, that's it. That is enough for the Pakistanis to make them believe that they are world beaters. That's all it takes. Anyway, so today they are begging in front of the IMF. What has happened is Pakistan is totally cornered. Now, even if Pakistan does not come for the Asia Cup, the BCCI clout guarantees that you'll have top-class cricket in Sri Lanka. Top-class cricket in Sri Lanka. BCCI will guarantee that. Because it is the BCCI and the ACC and the ICC and all the other Cs, except for the PCB. Right? Everybody is together in this. This thing, yes, will guarantee. Top-class media rights, top-class sponsorship, top-class advertisements, top-class funding, not a problem. Only one concern. We are not going to play in Pakistan. Pakistan is being made the global cricket pariah. That is what is happening to Pakistan. Why is this happening? I've told Pakistanis time and again. They say, why are Indians doing it? And why are Indians mixing sports with politics? Well, Pakistanis, you started it. You drew first blood. You were the ones who started mixing trade with politics. Right? We were doing just fine. India removed Article 370 and 35A. You stopped trade. Right? You said, we do not want trade with India. It's your wish. You said, we don't want any communication with India. We'll not talk to India. India said, fine. So today, if India is saying, we don't want to play cricket with you, why are you upset? Why are you upset? You didn't want trade, fine. You didn't want a conversation, fine. Now, if we don't want cricket, it should be fine with you. Why are you complaining? This is typical Lahori behavior. Typical Pakistani behavior. They will do whatever they want and the world responds, they play the victim card. So this much for the Asia Cup. Now Pakistan has surrendered the Hajj quota. Let me give you some data here. Ladies and gentlemen, what has happened in Pakistan is that they have surrendered the quota of nearly 8,000 pilgrims. Pakistan received a quota from Saudi Arabia, obviously, of 179,000 pilgrims for the Hajj 2023. Out of this, 50% was given to private Hajj operators and 50% to the government and sponsorship scheme. So private Hajj operators, anybody wants to pay a little bit more money and wants to go through the private channel, done. If you want to go through government channels, which is slightly subsidized, done. So that was what was the plan, right? Now, only 6,395 applications were received under the sponsorship scheme from overseas Pakistanis. against a quota of over 40,000. So they wanted 40,000 overseas Pakistanis to do the Hajj, right? They wanted, because obviously Pakistan wants to monetize Hajj. They want to monetize everything, you know. So Pakistan wanted to monetize the Hajj. They said, okay, 40,000 quota. Only 6,395 applications were received from overseas Pakistanis. They said, why should we come all the way through Pakistan? If we are citizens of UK, we'll do Hajj directly from there. Why do we need to come from here? Etc. etc. Now, over 72,000 applications were received under the regular Hajj scheme against a quota of 44,000, and all were accommodated. Now, essentially what has happened in Pakistan is that Pakistan is out of foreign exchange. Now, you have to pay money in advance for hotel booking, right? Travel expenses, everything, and all these things have to be paid in dollars. Now, the issue here is simple. Pakistanis, they don't want to pay. They should have requested the Saudi Arabs, your Muslim brothers. Pakistan keeps on saying, Muslim brother, Islamic brothers, Islamic brotherhood, all that. They keep on saying all these, these fictitious stories. They keep on telling the world. So why can't the Arabs accept the Pakistani rupee? If they are such great friends, if they are such great brothers, and if all of Muslims are brothers in the world, why doesn't Saudi Arabia accept the Pakistani rupee? Because the Pakistani rupee, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly like this. This is the worth of the Pakistani rupee. Nobody likes the Pakistani rupee. So that is the end of, a few people wanting to do Hajj in Pakistan. Now, in another report, NSA Ajit Doval was in Saudi Arabia to discuss a US rail link plan for West Asia. Now, this entire thing includes Saudi Arabia, UAE, US, but the plan here is to use Indian expertise and Indian engineering. So, a West Asia rail connectivity plan, which will also get connected to ports and seaways, etc. But all this is being done by India. The expertise and the technology is going to be Indian. India will fund part of it. Saudi will fund part of it. UAE will fund part of it, and US will fund part of it. This is essentially to block or maybe minimize Chinese influence in West Asia. West Asia is again strategically a very important place, and this is what the US wants to do. So US is getting these countries together: US, Saudi, UAE, and India supplies the expertise. India says, we have no dearth of engineers here. How many engineers do you want? What engineering technology do you want in railways? We run one of the most successful railways in the world today. And I had the good fortune of listening to our railways minister, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, in the Republic Summit very recently. Fantastic, out of this world. The man knows his data, he knows his job, and he's not the Minister for Railways. He's like the CEO of Railways, if you know what I mean in the corporate sense. He's like the CEO of Railways. He knows his numbers. He knows what's happening. So it was an amazing experience, and I can understand why the Americans, the Saudis, and the Emiratis were so impressed with the Indian Railways. But Indian Railways is now going to West Asia, connecting places in Saudi, UAE, and across West Asia to the sea, right down to the seaport. That is what the rail connectivity look like, all powered by Indian Railways. Ladies and gentlemen, there's another piece of news that I'd like to share with you. Lithium reserves have again been discovered in Rajasthan's Nagaur. Capacity higher than J&K reserves. In J&K, Jammu, rather. I think it was Riyasi, where they said that fantastic lithium reserves have been discovered and all that. In Nagaur and Rajasthan, still greater reserves of lithium has been discovered here. And I think this is a boon for India. This is an absolute boon for India, because, India depends a lot on its lithium. And what is lithium used for? Any place where batteries are used here. Mobile phones, cars, bikes, laptops, wherever batteries are used, lithium is used. Lithium is an extremely important component as far as batteries are concerned. And now India has 2 jumbo deposits of lithium. And I think this is going to kickstart everything in India's favor. Alternate energy. That's big, right? When I say alternate energy, I mean that finally the energy has to come from somewhere. And it could well be a fossil fuel fueled power generator, which is fueling it. But India is also going majorly solar. India is majorly expanding into wind energy and other forms of alternate energy. And all this energy comes back into those lithium battery packs, which power our cars, our laptops. I think that is a preferable future as far as Indian energy security goes. And this is in Nagaur, Rajasthan. The only thing which I remember of Nagaur and Rajasthan is it must be terribly hot right now. So all the people there in Nagaur, take care of yourself and many, many congratulations. You've done India proud. This place was an old mine where other mineral deposits had been discovered, but now with this jumbo deposit of lithium, it is propelling India into another league altogether. And I think this has done India a world of good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate your time. If you like this video, please press like, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.